Hello again, and this is the Elise Richmond Show. Welcome to the show. If you're just joining in, thank you for listening. And if you've been with us all along, we love you too. Anyway, we're still interviewing all of the wonderful speakers that have just spoken for the afternoon session at the Sustainable Development, Smart Growth, and AB 32 Regulation Free Public Forum in Rancho Mirage at the Rancho Mirages Hoteles Spa.
Palmas something.
Yes, something spa. Las Palmas Spa. I'm being silly. I live in this area. I should know that, but I don't have all my notes in front of me. That's the deal. Anyway, right now we are with a speaker that I know you're going to be wanting to hear. Her name is Debbie
Bachigalupi.
And if I can't remember Rancho Las Palmas, you know I couldn't do Bachigalupi. Anyway, Debbie, I'm very glad that you are here because you have a very specific thing that you're talking about, your family ranch up in Siskiyou County and what's happening up there. There are many, many issues. And I wanted to first start with just that. What is happening in Siskiyou County between farmers and ranchers?
Well, it's a clear attack on our ranching and farming industry. I think our government is focusing on Siskiyou County because it's the 5th largest county, but it's got a small population and it's got mostly a poor population. The unemployment rate is somewhere around 20 to 25%.
And the lamestream media sure isn't telling about any 20 or 25% unemployment rate any place, are they?
No.
So.
According to them, our unemployment has gone down all of a sudden.
Oh, yeah, and life is better and things are better. Yay. Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Tell us about the farming and the ranching.
Well, it clearly is an attack on landowners. Our only industry left in Siskiyou County, which at one point it was a very vibrant community county. We had timber, we had gold mining, we had agriculture, we had all these great businesses due to our ability to use our natural resources. And slowly but surely those abilities have been chipped away to the point where now we just have agriculture. So with the timber industry, they had the endangered species of a spotted owl.
Exactly, and it's gone now. Yes.
You know, the barred owl and the spotted owl actually mate. So it wasn't that the treetops were being cut off and the spotted owl was losing its home. It was that the spotted owl prefers to mate with the barred owl, and I call that evolution.
Exactly. You know, a number of years ago when I was in the Middletown, California Merchants Association, I was asked by the supervisor to go to a seminar up in Redding that was about retraining the loggers and all of those people that had lost their jobs because of that little owl. And I think at the time, I thought, a whole industry is wiped out. I didn't think at that time about the truckers. And at the time, I have a dear girlfriend who married a trucker and in Loomis. And so I didn't think about any of those things. It's a trickle down to all of the industries that affected once the loggers went.
Absolutely.
Yes. So go ahead with the ranchers.
So then dredge mining, they've put a moratorium on dredge mining, and dredge mining is like gold mining. And
yes.
This is all centered around what they say is an endangered species, the coho salmon, which we have documents back from the late 1800s. I pulled thousands of pages from California Department of Fish and Game's first journals, where these journals show that fish were planted all over the United States, in rivers and streams and lakes and oceans. They took fish from the East Coast, planted it in the West Coast. Well, anyway, the coho salmon is one of those fish. It made it on the endangered species list, and we believe it is erroneously put on the endangered species list. But why it plays such a vital role in Siskiyou County is the river that is Siskiyou County, the Klamath River, that our agriculture business relies on, as well as recreation, as well as habitat. the supposed endangered coho cannot survive in this lake, or this river, pardon me, anymore, because the waters are too warm and the water is too dirty, according to some special interest groups and people who clearly want dam removal. So with the coho salmon, it impacts the farmers and the ranchers because a lot of us have tributaries into the Klamath River. We might have a tributary of a tributary, but they need to remove these dams because supposedly the coho salmon cannot swim upstream as it once used to. Now remember, it doesn't even belong here. It actually is a coastal water fish. It prefers to be 30 to 35 miles within the ocean, within the mouth. And these dams, these series of dams, there's 4 on the Klamath River that they're targeting, and these dams are owned by Warren Buffett. They have come up for their 50-year relicensing, which, for those listening, look at your area, see what dams are coming up for removal, and go fight for those dams. So with these dams coming out and the tributaries that I mentioned earlier, it's called full basin management. So they'll need all water going into the Klamath River, because once those dams are removed, in the summertime, when it's time for spawning, late in September, October, when the coho salmon prefer to spawn, there won't be any water. We have 4th, 5th generation ranchers who have lived on the Klamath River before and now, or before dams and now after dams, who would tell you that as a boy, he could walk across the river in mud. There was no water. So we truly believe they're using an agenda to push forward dam removal.
Well, it certainly sounds like it to me. You know, Debbie, you're mentioning a situation that I heard about a year ago when I was in Sacramento at an advocacy meeting of the California Federation of Republican Women, and a lady named Louise Gliato was talking to all of us about the seriousness of those 4 dams if they are removed. She had retired up there thinking she was going to have this lovely retirement of all kinds of gorgeous scenery around her, which it is, and she was going to absolutely love it. And so consequently, she's fighting the fight up there. And you know what? We're going to have to talk a little bit more about that when we come right back. We're going to take a break now, and we'll be right back with the Elise Richmond Show. I'm Elise Richmond, and this is 94.3 K-News FM.